Hello everybody, it's Lena, and in today's video we are building this apartment building that is like a castle sort of build. So we are building it in the world of Windenburg in The Sims 4, and this is a 20 by 30 lot, and for the longest time, like at least for a few months, something like that, I've been wanting to do a castle build that I would like turn into many little individual apartments, just because I think the idea of that is so cool and so fun. So I've been trying it out for like quite a while, and I've just been like, I don't know, making different shells to try to turn them into something cool. But building castles in The Sims is certainly not within my comfort zone, so it was a little bit difficult for me to find a shell that I was satisfied with, and I just like kind of struggled with it for a long time. And then I guess I just forgot about it for a little bit of time, and then the other day I went into my game and I created this build, and I really like it. I think it's pretty cool. It doesn't have the like exact vibes that I wanted to have for this type of build when I was thinking of it initially, like a few months ago, but I do like it. And it's also like kind of small. It's definitely not like a huge castle by any means, but yeah, I like it. And this building has 4 individual apartments, so in my mind the story behind this build is that it was like made many years ago, like a few centuries. I don't know the exact date of this kind of castle, I have no idea honestly, but a long time ago is when it was built, and then it was maybe made for like some wealthy family, some that had some kind of relation to the royal family, but they weren't like directly royal, I guess. They weren't in the direct bloodline, I suppose, something like that. So they were fancy, but not the fanciest of people. So they just like had a pretty cool castle, and then they lived here. But then as time went on, nobody really lived here, so some other people decided that they would turn this house into individual little apartments. So that's how we ended up here, which I thought was a pretty fun idea, because how cool is it to be able to see, oh yeah, I live in a castle, it's no big deal, but then you just live in like a little 1-bedroom apartment, and it's not really anything super special compared to all the other 1-bedroom apartments. It just happens to be in a castle, and it's really cool. I don't know, I like the idea of that. But yeah, there are 4 apartments in this build, because again, it's not like super big by any means, and they are all small apartments, because again, small build. I really wanted to do some bigger ones, but I just did not manage to fit that into this little build. So they all have 1 bedroom each, although one of them is only a studio apartment, so I guess does that mean it technically has a bedroom or not? I don't know, but it's just like one sort of big open room, so you can like have the living room, kitchen, everything, bedroom, that kind of stuff in one room. And then obviously there's a separate bathroom, but the other apartments have like actual separated bedrooms. So that's just what this apartment building is like. But yeah, we are gonna be decorating one of the apartments in this video, and then I will be leaving the 3 other ones empty and ready for you guys to decorate. If you want to do that, if you want to download this from the gallery and decorate them yourselves, you can do that, because yeah, I don't know, I just decorated one of them because I am lazy, I guess. LacyLena? More like LacyLena, right? No, I've talked about this many a times in my videos before, but yeah, I don't really have time to decorate all of the apartments when I do builds like this, because it takes a long time for me. So yeah, anyway, I'm so tired right now. I feel like you can probably tell from my voice, because I feel like I sound pretty exhausted. I am. I've been working a lot lately, and I have not really had time to do anything besides like work and school stuff. So yeah, I feel like right now at this point in time, I'm just exhausted to my core. All of my bones, my muscles, everything in my body just feels so heavy and tired, and my head is just like about to fall down and just not exist anymore. My head is about to fall off my body. I'm just really tired. I've got work in a few hours, so that's really fun. But yeah, I recently started a new job like a couple weeks ago, not even, and I've been working so much, and it kind of caught me off guard how much I was going to be working right now. And I mean, it's my fault, because I just like took a bunch of shifts. So basically I took a bunch of like on-call shifts, I guess I would call it. So I basically just set in my calendar that I was available on most days, and they could call me in if they needed someone to come work and whatever. And they've been doing it every single day that I've had an on-call shift, so I'm just really exhausted. I thought that when you had this kind of shift, they would call maybe a third of the time, because per my understanding they would only do it if somebody else called in sick, like the person who was actually supposed to do the shift. But apparently that just like happens all the time, so that's kind of crazy. I was talking to somebody else at work the other day, and he said that he has had like 7 on-call shifts and he has been called in every single time. So apparently it just happens very frequently. I think I've had 4 at this point, and then the rest of them have been like actual set in stone shifts. So yeah, anyway, I'm just tired, and they kind of stress me out, the on-call ones, because then I have to like sit there and be available, and I can't make plans for my day ahead of me, you know, because I might be going to work, but I might also not, and I hate not knowing what's gonna happen. It's really uncomfortable, but it's okay. And in the next few weeks I have not taken as many shifts because I don't have the time to do that, or the energy. I really need to like focus on all my other stuff as well, but it has been pretty good to work quite a bit, because I'm glad that I've been able to learn it in a pretty short amount of time, so I wouldn't have to like struggle with everything for like a couple months or something. I'm glad that I've been able to learn a lot right now. Anyway though, let me just go back to talking about the build for a bit, because I just remembered that I have some other things that I want to mention about it that I wanted to say before I started going out on this whole tangent that I just went on. Yeah, but for some reason I just could not help myself from talking about myself for more than 2 minutes, so yeah, that's not good. That's not pretty. But basically what I wanted to say is that I very frequently hear people raving about the plants that we got in the romance garden stuff pack, or romantic garden I think is what it's called, stuff pack. And it occurred to me that I have not touched the plants that we got from that stuff pack in many a years, like, or probably not many, that was a bit of an exaggeration, but at least a couple years. Like, I just haven't even looked at them. I never really think about them ever, so I felt like that was kind of a shame, and I wanted to use some of them in this build, because I thought, what better thing to put on a fancy castle than beautiful red flowers, right? Yeah, I don't have an answer for you, because there's nothing better to put here than beautiful flowers, right? So I did that, and I really enjoyed getting to use some of the things that I don't really use that frequently, but I have in my game, and I paid for it many years ago, yeah. But yeah, I did that. And then I also remembered that in the romantic garden stuff pack, we got that wishing well that actually works as a functional wishing well. So I decided to put it in the back of this build, which I just think is so fun, because again, that's also an object that I have not used in many, I keep saying many years, but it's been like probably 2 years. I need to stop over exaggerating. But yeah, I decided to use it, and it's really fun. I quite like that object. As far as I remember, it's pretty fun to use, and you can just like wish for a bunch of stuff, and you either get something really, really good from it, or if you have not donated enough money to it beforehand, very bad things can happen, and it can even like kill your sim. So yeah, there are cool things, but also big consequences that can occur from using that wishing well, which is kind of fun. So I wanted to put it in the back of this house, and I also put some other things from that stuff pack, and I just really enjoyed using it. Is basically what I wanted to say. Yeah, I have a feeling, something tells me that the stuff pack came out in like 2016 or something, so around 8 years ago by now. And I keep wanting to call it a kit, but like kits did not start coming out until 2021, so it absolutely is not one of those. I don't know why I keep wanting to do that. That's just objectively so extremely wrong. And as I explained a few minutes ago, my little story behind why this beautiful castle sort of thing was turned into little apartments was because they just needed to use it for something, because it was not really being used for fancy royal people. They didn't really need it anymore, and they did not really want it to just go to waste and fall apart and whatever, so they wanted to turn it into something that other people could live in, right? But I'm guessing that was a thing that happened in more recent years, so I kind of considered making the interior of this build more modern and more like up to today's living standards, I guess. But I'm really glad that I did not decide to do that, because I have a feeling that it would have sort of ruined the vibe. So on the inside, like with the bathrooms and the whatever stuff that I put in the non-decorated apartments, I made it like pretty old school and classical, and more so in line with the rest of the style of this building. I mean, not quite, possibly, because I needed it to not be, you know, like 18th century or whenever this was built, but just older than 21st century stuff, right? I I don't know what I'm talking about. I did not want it to look jarringly new and like fancy and modern because that would have been weird, but also I needed it to be livable, and I don't think anyone in the 21st century who lives in like a developed country is gonna want to live in a house without plumbing. So these people, they do have plumbing, okay? Don't worry about it. They can flush out their poop. It's okay. What am I talking about? I don't know. Basically, I just tried to make the inside look like it fit in with the rest of the build. I did not want it to look very jarring and out of place, which it definitely would have if I made it really modern. But then again, like the juxtaposition between like a very old exterior and a really nice and modern and luxurious interior, that would have been pretty cool. But that's just not the vibe I wanted to go for in this build. That might be something I can do in a different build. Yeah, I don't know, maybe someday, right? Also, speaking of, when the castle build kit came out a few months ago, like maybe in March, April, something like that, May perhaps, I decided not to buy this kit and the other kit that it came out with on the same day, because I had made this decision within myself that I did not want to buy any more packs for the game unless I was like super keen on them and really interested, because for a long time I had just like been buying kits that I was, you know, feeling like a little bit ambivalent about because I just wanted to like make some content about it. But I had decided that if I did not have a like cool video idea for the kit, or if it didn't really speak to me, I would not buy it. So I decided not to purchase the castle kit and the other kit around the time that it was released. And then maybe like a couple months later, I was invited to be a part of the EA Creator Network. So that means I now get all of the packs for free and I don't purchase them myself anymore. So it was really weird that it worked out that way, because I had purchased all these many packs for many years, and then the second that I decided I would not buy them myself anymore unless I really wanted them, I got them for free. Yeah, I don't know. Fate works in weird ways, I guess. But yeah, so these two kits were the last ones that I did not purchase, and I did not get them sent for free, so I did not own them. But a couple months ago I decided that I wanted to buy the castle kit because of course I had plans to do a castle-ish build, so I figured that it would be pretty smart to buy the kit that was like intended for castles. That just made sense in my brain, you know? So I did that, and then I did not use it for like a couple months because I sort of just, I don't know, forgot about my plans to make a castle. But obviously I've used it now, and that was really fun. I don't know, why did I tell that story? I don't know. I'm so tired. I do not know what I'm saying, you guys. I really do not. Basically, I spent a lot of money on this build. A whole $5 or so. You better like it. You better like this video, okay? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just like, you know, pretending to be one of those like big YouTubers that do some sort of cool video that they spend a lot of money on, and then they're like, guys, I did this all for you because I was like, I wanted to make a really cool video for you guys. I spent so much money on it, but it's all gonna be okay if you guys like it, blah blah blah. And that's just very silly, because everyone with that brain knows that you absolutely would not have spent this money if you did not know that you could make like 5 times as much off of the AdSense and the sponsor money on this video. Yeah, anyway, you're so see-through, man. They're always like, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up because I'm literally losing money on it. I'm doing all this for you guys because I want you guys to have fun. Shut up. No, you're not. You're gonna be fine. It's really not that big of a deal. Stop acting like you're such a good person. You are pocketing so much money from it, okay? Anyway. I feel like it's pretty obvious that I'm referring to one recently canceled creator in particular. Or did he like actually get canceled? I'm talking about Mr. Beast. I've only ever seen like one of his videos personally, but I have heard some of the drama that's been going on with him, and I do know that he has like been pretending to just like lose money on a bunch of stuff and like pretended to spend all the money that he makes and whatnot, which is certainly not true because he's making so much money. Anyway, but yeah, he has been cancelled-ish recently, I know, but I don't know, I think it's kind of silly when creators and basically anybody gets cancelled, because there aren't really any proper consequences for them. They're still super rich, and someone like Mr. Beast is undoubtedly gonna just weasel his way onto the YouTube scene or somewhere else or again, because that's just what he does. I don't know what else he would do with his life, because he's just, I don't know, born to be in the public eye, I think. Anyway. The same thing goes for really big creators that have been like canceled and exposed for being super weird and creepy. Someone like Cody Ko, for example, who recently got canceled for exactly that. But like, that man is gonna be fine. He's just sitting there vibing in his really, really expensive Malibu mansion. And you can say a lot of very valid, very bad things about that man, but he is intelligent. And if he has just played his cards somewhat right in terms of money, he's gonna be fine for the rest of his life. And I think he definitely has, because he is smart. He has shown that multiple times. So anyway, I don't know if you guys even know what I'm referring to, because this is totally not my niche on YouTube, but I did used to watch Cody Ko quite a lot, and I was very sad when that news came out, because that was a big disappointment, because I've been watching him since I was like a little girl. Anyway though, it's fine. I hurt my ankle quite badly on this like metal thing at work yesterday, and it hurts, which is like really weird, because when I looked down on it after I had the little incident, I just like saw a little bit of blood, and I figured I would just like go fix it up a few minutes later, and then I sort of forgot about it because it wasn't really hurting in the moment, and then somebody else pointed out to me that I was bleeding from my ankle, and I was like, oh, whatever, it's fine. But now it hurts really badly, and I feel like it's swelling up a little bit. I'm kind of scared that it has gotten infected. Ooh, that's not good, but it's fine. I'm gonna be okay. Anyway, I feel a little bit bad about posting a video like this when I have not posted on here in, God, coming up on 2 weeks. That's insane for me. And then it's like such a not great video, and it's kind of short compared to what I normally do. I don't really love that, but that's just how it has to be right now. And also, I just want to let you all know that I'm like doing good, in case anybody was like wondering, because I know personally I have like a lot of creators or just people on the internet that are ranging from really small creators to bigger creators, but I just like listen to them and watch their content and like follow along with their lives like all the time. So when they don't post for like some amount of time, I get like a little bit concerned about them. So in case anybody felt that way about me, I don't know if anybody does, I'm fine. Just busy and a little, I don't know, I don't feel quite like a human right now because I haven't had time to do that, but it's all good. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you did enjoy this video. If you did, please do give it a little like and subscribe to my channel if you aren't subscribed already. I would really, really appreciate it. But besides all of that, I hope you're all having a great day, and then I cannot wait to see you all in my next video that I will be posting in hopefully not too long. So yeah, bye everybody!